Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's me, your favorite mystical person on the internet, here with another video for you guys. Today I am talking about some third house transits that I experienced for like a couple of years, and I want to share what to expect if you are going to experience a third house transit. Before I start, if you guys haven't already, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Also, if you guys are interested in booking a reading with me, you can find all my services on Etsy.com. My Etsy shop name is Cosmic Star Astrology. Also, please follow me on Instagram, where I keep you up to date with all the astrology and tarot and much more. My Instagram name is Cosmic Star Astrology, and let's get into this video. My third house transit experience was quite a long one, but a very interesting one. It was long because I had Uranus transiting there, and Uranus takes forever to move. Like, what? Uranus is such a slow moving planet, but I also had Jupiter there. So I'm actually just going to be talking about those two. These are the two heavy hitter planets that made this third house transit quite the experience for me. First and foremost, Jupiter and Uranus are two planets that are known to bring freedom. Something to expect with a third house transit like this, where you have either Uranus or Jupiter transiting there. You're gonna gain a lot of freedom. Okay, it's just gonna bring a lot of free-flowing energy into your life. It was flowing, but at the same time it was very unpredictable and very unstable as well. So definitely expect that, because Uranus is a planet that can bring instability, a lot of unexpected happenings into your life. So it definitely just made my life like very chaotic, but it really kept me on my toes. And another thing with this third house transit that I experienced too was my throat chakra opening up more. Like, I cleared a lot of my throat chakra issues, because if you guys been on my channel for a while, I have talked about the throat chakra before plenty of times. I even made a video on the throat chakra and how to unblock it. If you guys haven't watched it, go check it out, and I'll leave a link for it in my description box. It's a really good video, and it basically gives you tips on how to unblock your throat chakra so you could start speaking more of your truth, because the throat chakra is linked to speaking your truth and just feeling like this energy field here is just flowing like water. So definitely go check it out. I didn't mention it in the throat chakra video, but really honestly, what really helped my throat chakra issues was this third house transit. This third house transit with Jupiter and Uranus transiting through really helped me overcome my shyness. I've always been a shy person, especially like in my earlier years, but ever since this third house transit, it completely removed that blockage to where I'm just out here with no filter, like literally. But it also really helped me immensely when it came to my YouTube channel and filming content, because it just helped me really tap into speaking more of my truth and more of my experiences, and not being shy about it, and just being very open about it. Just this tension that I would always feel in my throat chakra, where I would just always feel like my throat energy field wouldn't flow. But I found that ever since this third house transit with Jupiter and Uranus, like, it's allowed my throat chakra energy field to really open up and flow better. So I really love this transit for that. What was a part of my throat chakra healing was, recognizing that the things I say and the things I share are very important and very valuable to others. So it's like, speak up. Speak out and share, and, let people know what's on your mind. And, don't be afraid to like share your experiences and your story, because you could really help somebody get through something, or you could really teach somebody something. So I'm going to talk about like what each planet did individually. So Jupiter in the third house flooded me with information. Whatever Jupiter touches, it expands it, and it creates a lot of open space. So this allowed a lot of open space for a lot of new information to come in for me. So definitely I was experiencing like information overload with Jupiter in my third house, but I loved it because I learned so much. Another thing with Jupiter in the third house is, I gain a lot of higher understanding on like my mental patterns and, just a lot of just what I was taught in my earlier years, because the third house is also your early childhood education, and that doesn't only limit itself to school, but also the environment that you grew up in. Who were you around? Who taught you what? How did that influence your perspective on life? And also, how did that create certain mental patterns that ultimately really shape the way you experience the world and how you see the world? The third house is across the way from the ninth house. So, the ninth house is your worldview, but so is your third house energy as well. How are you experiencing the world around you? How do you see the world around you? So Jupiter in the third house, it helped me really be able to understand any like negative mental patterns that I have that affect the way I experience and see the world around me. Jupiter in the third house, it helped me really expand past a lot of those early childhood teachings. I expanded past it. Why? Because I gained so much information that helped me get out of it. So that's something to expect with Jupiter in the third house, is information overload. But a lot of this information is coming in to help you. It's coming in to help you overcome any like bad mental habits, any bad mental patterns and cycles and things of that nature. It's here to help you get out of that, because that is what Jupiter does. It brings opportunities, it brings resources to help you. Another thing that was super great about Jupiter transiting my third house was I seen immense improvement in my business, Cosmic Star Astrology. A lot of growth, and I was super happy about just how much my business has expanded. The third house rules over small businesses. Jupiter just brought so much lucrative opportunities for me to market myself and just overall just really put myself out there, and I really love that, especially because Jupiter was in Taurus. Jupiter in Taurus brought so much money opportunities as well for my business. So overall, like, if you have a small business, Jupiter in the third house will definitely help your business grow for sure. I also seen a lot of growth in my YouTube channel, Mystic Star. It's all thanks to you guys for your love and support. I greatly appreciate all of you. Definitely a great transit to grow your social media, grow your small business, really put yourself out there to market yourself. Really great for marketing. You'll find that Jupiter will bring you a lot of marketing opportunities. With Jupiter in the third house, if you're going to experience this, definitely start looking into marketing, because it's definitely going to bring a lot of benefits to whatever your creation is that you're putting out into the world. So another thing that I experienced with Jupiter in the third house was a lot of communication with my angels and my spirit guides. If you guys haven't watched my video that I made on angel numbers, definitely check that out. I'll also leave that link in my description as well. I was basically talking about how the third house is how your angels contact you through like angel numbers and symbolism and all that stuff. Actually, Jupiter was transiting my third house when I did that video and I got that download. So yeah, like, my angels have been in heavy communication with me like ever since, and I've always been in tune, and as I've gotten older, like, my intuition has gotten stronger. But ever since this transit, I found that my connection to the higher realms have been very strong, and just my angels, they just kept coming in to just give me just so much information. Like, I was receiving so much downloads, it was crazy. Jupiter in the third house, it definitely helped me restore my faith, because it helped remind me that my angels are present, my guides are present. During this transit, I was going through a very hard period in my life at some point during this time, and I found that my angels were my saving grace, honestly. It helped me restore my faith in a higher power and really restore my faith as far as like who's looking out for me in the spiritual realm. So definitely that was something that was very healing for me. So real quick, let's talk about Uranus transiting the third house. So my experience with this was actually really cool. I actually enjoyed this. It definitely gave me a mental attitude overhaul for sure. Like, a lot of mental upgrades. I always say Uranus is that planet that comes in to give you that iOS update that you need. And that was definitely my experience, where I got a few iOS upgrades to my brain, like literally. And again, like I was saying earlier about the third house is the environment that you grew up in and how it influenced you and what you learned in that environment. So for me, I grew up in an environment where people had a very limited perspective on life. They're very stubborn, so that has influenced me in some way. But ever since the Uranus in the third house transit, it definitely unblocked a lot of like mental stubbornness. Actually, not even just like, it just completely removed the mental stubbornness to where it's like I'm super open-minded. I mean, I've always been open-minded, but I've always had that skepticism about things. But ever since Uranus in the third house, like it helped me believe like literally the impossible is possible. It just opened my mind to a lot of unique ideas and information, and just overall just opened my mind to just a different way of looking at life. Uranus in the third house will definitely blow your mind. Like literally, it'll blow the cap off your mind. This is a good transit to really take the opportunity to reprogram your mind as well. So I did a lot of that. I would listen to a lot of affirmations, a lot of subliminals. I highly recommend subliminals to anybody. Like literally, that helped me reprogram my mind so much. I just like, I think differently, but also I see how that has manifested in the way I experience the world around me and my environment. Simple tweaks to my mindset, you know, and just kind of like the narratives that you tell yourself. You definitely have to look into those. If they're negative, definitely I would recommend getting into affirmations, subliminals, anything that can really rewire your brain and kind of like that internal dialogue that you have, because your internal dialogue definitely has a great effect on just how you experience the world around you and overall how you feel about yourself too. You know, a lot of this reprogramming was to help boost my self-esteem and how I feel about myself, and it worked. Like I could honestly say like I'm in love with myself, like I'm feeling myself and I feel great, and it's definitely done wonders to my self-worth and my self-value. Uranus in the third house transit is also great for creativity and thinking outside the box as well. I had to think outside the box and get creative to find certain solutions in my life, and yeah, and it all worked out. You know, it just took me just getting out of my own way and just getting mentally unstuck, and I found the solutions that I needed. And it was by trying things that I never thought I would ever do. Definitely good for thinking outside the box. Great for, you know, just getting inspired again. So if you make content on the internet, Uranus in the third house will give you that creative inspiration to try new things. For me, I got back on Instagram again after being off of Instagram for a very, very long time. But the catch is I got back on Instagram to make my business account, Cosmic Star Astrology. That account, you know, I do like astrology reels, horoscopes, tarot, all that good stuff. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, that has allowed me to have a lot of fun on there, actually. Instead of like having my own personal account, I've been enjoying my time like posting content on there. So you should definitely check it out if you haven't already. Yeah, I decided to get back on Instagram, but only for the purpose of marketing my business more. So Uranus in the third house will help you find different marketing strategies to market yourself. I found that I've met a lot of not only unique individuals, but I've made a lot of valuable friendships that really help innovate my life, essentially. The third house is your community. Uranus symbolizes friends, groups, and things of that nature. So I did find myself partaking in a lot of community events as well, and that is also how I marketed my business. By going to different events in my neighborhood, it really allowed me to really get my name out there, really get my word out there, the things that are on my mind that I want to share, but also to really just showcase myself in person so people can energetically feel me. Third house transits are really great. I personally love the experience, even though, like I was saying earlier, at some point during this transit I went through a tough period in my life, but it definitely taught me resiliency, and it helped me restore my faith in life again, and it overall improved my mental attitude on life to where I just have a healthier perspective on my life. So, and the way I experience life is much more better because of it. If I could rate this transit, I would definitely give it a 10 out of 10 experience for sure. That is all I have for this video. I hope you found this insightful. And if any of you are going to experience a third house transit, leave it down below. And specifically, if any of you have experienced Jupiter or Uranus transiting your third house, leave your experience down below. I want to hear all about it. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe to my channel. And again, if you guys are interested in booking a reading with me, you could find all my services on Etsy. My Etsy shop name is Cosmic Star Astrology. Please follow me on Instagram, Cosmic Star Astrology, and I will talk to you guys soon. Blessings.